vantage point. I broke the cardinal rule. I didn't hike cold. So here we are, not far out, not long on the trail, and I'm already sweltering. I should have taken off the jacket. Ooh. It's a little brisk. Well, we have come to a crossroads. The purple is Lost Pines Loop, and the orange is a cutoff, a shortcut, a connector, whose name escapes me at the moment. Came from that way. Car's back over by that water tower. I guess we'll do the cutoff and then come back this way. This will take us down into kind of a basin in between the loop, and go down over a bridge, then up a ridge to the other side. We're in the bowl now. Here you can see burned up tree. There's a bunch of those out here on account of the fire. Kind of cleared out. Saw a snake down here one time over by the bridge. Couldn't quite tell what it was. It's black. I think I saw the snake somewhere right along the trail here on the right. I was coming the other way. I think it was through here somewhere. I was walking along and heard fast movement through this grass. Got a glimpse of something black and shiny slithering along. Startled the heck out of me. That was back in the summer. All this was a lot thicker and greener. You really couldn't see very far. We started on this rise way over here, came along down through here and up this way. This cutoff is really easy to miss. I've done it a couple times. This is the shortcut This is the Lost Pines Loop. When you're coming from this way, you're looking out over the basin, and it's real easy to miss this trail that cuts almost 180 degrees the other direction. So when you're coming this way, if you're not paying attention, it's real easy to walk by this sign because you're looking out at the views, especially when you're further up. Anyway, I've done it. I've been out here and seen other hikers do it and had to bring them back down this trail to find that shortcut, because it is easy to walk right on by. Well, I've been forced to deploy my sun protection. This is a part of the Lost Pines Loop that is relatively exposed. And remember, even on cloudy days, you should always protect yourself against the sun, because you don't want to SPF yourself. I had to deploy my sticks because over the holidays I've gotten fatter and out of shape. Also, the terrain out here can be kind of rocky and sandy, which is very difficult to walk through, especially when you're heavy or carrying a heavy pack. Alright, well, we started here, made our way down this way, used the sandstone crossover, came out this way, and now we're here at Harmon Road. Now the question is, we want to cut up Harmon Road and loop back, or do we want to go all the way out here and try and do the full loop? These are questions. I'm feeling pretty good right now, but then again, I've only gone about 3 miles. This is the hard part about hiking on your own. It's making these decisions on how far you want to push yourself. Don't push yourself far enough and you feel kind of disappointed. Push yourself too far and it ain't no fun because you're hurting. Coming up here is one of my favorite places in Bastrop State Park. It's this windy trail that goes through what I assume is a big field of younger pines that they planted. And walking through here makes you feel like you're walking through like a stage play set in a forest. It's natural but oddly artificial at the same time. And it makes me feel like I'm walking through a forest in a German fairy tale book. And I think that's kind of neat. They even put bows on them. We're getting into the back third of the park, kind of out in the sticks, no pun intended, and starts to get a little quiet. And if you kept going east that way for another 12 miles, which we're not going to do today, you would hit Bastrop State Park. But yeah, I like that little stretch. Going through here. See all these young trees that'll eventually be huge. We are at another crossroads. That way takes you to Lake Harmon, which is about a mile loop, a little over a mile, around a lake, pond, big ass body of water, and that way is the continual Lost Pines loop. Come from that away. I think I've done maybe 4-ish miles, maybe a little more than 4. Starting to feel it a little bit, but in for a penny, in for a pound. We're gonna keep pushing along. We're coming up on the very back of the Lost Pine Loop, the farthest trail that you can take into Bastrop Park. We are a bit of a ways from the car. And there's only, I think, one more shortcut up here along some power lines that shaves about a mile, a little more than a mile, off the tail end of the Lost Pines loop. This is also the least burned portion of the park, and also the hilliest part of the park, but the direction I'm coming at it from is predominantly downhill, which was by design, because this is definitely, if I end up doing all of this, the most I've done of the Lost Pine Loop in one sitting. Or walking, I guess is the better way to put it. Well, it's nice and quiet. I've only run into one family in the past better part of an hour. Ain't a lot of folks out here today. Well, it's decision time. We either go straight for another mile, or we take the shortcut, the power line shortcut, aptly named because of the power lines. It'll shave 1.04 miles off of the total loop and connect with the other side. I ain't no punk. This will be the footage that the authorities review when they find my body someday. This is some of the prettiest parts of Bastrop State Park. The back part of the Lost Pines Loop. There's even portions of it where if you squint your eyes, it's almost like you're traipsing around Colorado. Almost. We go down, down, down. These pine needles on the ground make it a little slippery. I'm glad to be going down this switchback instead of up it. It's nice how quiet it is. Who put these stairs here? Oh boy, it's a bridge. I should just move in underneath it. Hey, it's free real estate. We're coming up on the other side of that power line shortcut I could have taken and probably should have taken, but won't take. Definitely starting to feel some achy knees. No shocker there, but I'll be all right. Just got to keep putting one foot in front of the other. We started at 11. It's kind of late. Just having a hard time dragging my carcass out of bed this morning. And it is now 2 o'clock on the nose. But the weather and temperature is pretty nice. So, could be doing a lot worse. We're on the back half for sure. I don't want to say we're on the back quarter yet, but that's always the roughest part of a long hike. The last third, at least for me. My body is like, what are you doing? What are we doing out here? I'm gonna die now, probably. But just gotta push through that. Pretend like it's not the case. You just gotta keep talking to yourself in the middle of nowhere, and then you come around a corner and bump into a stranger and look like a psychotic person, which you are. Hey, who put these stairs here? Oof. That shortcut would have brought us down this dirt road, and we would have avoided that whole extra bit. Well, I stopped and took a break at this bridge, ate some trail mix, took a breather. I still got at least a couple more miles left, which It's a little unfortunate. Not that I'm not having fun, but my knees and my back hurt. I'm an old man. But we'll make it, he says to himself. Strapped up here. Some water. Quickest way to lighten your pack is to drink your water. Of course, then you're just carrying the weight in your innards. So, I don't know if that's really much help. All right. Onwards and forwards. Ooh. This bridge means that we are close to Harmon Road, which means about 1.16 miles from Harmon Road to Old Bed Road, and 0.30 miles from Old Bed Road to the shortcut that we took at the beginning of all this madness. And then it's just a little bit of a ways up a ridge, and we'll be back at the car. Not get runt over. All right. Those of you playing along at home, we started up here, went around, took the shortcut, went all the way through here, all the way out there, past the power line shortcut, up through here. Now we're back on Harmon Road. You got this bit to do, and then this bit to do. About 2 miles. That's a toad. You'll notice the further along we get into this, the less elaborate the camera setups are going to be. And that is simply because I'm tired. Conversation sort of dries up when you start getting tired. Well, we've hit mile 7 for sure. I still got about a mile left, a little more than a mile. We're coming up on our second to last major landmark, which is a old dirt road that cuts from the northern part of the loop to the southern part of the loop. One of the handful of shortcuts you can take. This kind of terrain is a real bummer to hike through because it's pretty thick sand, and it's like walking on a beach, and I just sink and slide around. It's a lot more energy to move around. But yeah, that goes that way. And that goes that way. After about 5 or 6 miles, it starts to lose its charm a little. Not me though. Super charming. So full of charming. Full of something. All right, the car is up on that ridge behind that water tower. At least I think it's a water tower. But I'm pretty tired. I should have parked closer. Yeah, there you go. Second to last landmark. This is where we were earlier before we took off that way down the basin. Now I gotta go up along this ridge back from whence I came. That's the thing about hiking. Don't go out farther than you'd want to come back, because if you go out, you gotta come back. Unless you don't come back, which, you know, keep our options open. It's day 11. Mistakes were made. Nah, just kidding. We're almost there. Camera's at 16%. I may not even be at that much, but we're almost there. We covered a lot of ground today. All in all, probably about 8.2, 8.3, but I'll have to do the math when I get home. Ooh, my legs are going to be sore.